Hi everybody. I wanted to come and make a video about the brachial plexus. And you might be wondering why some random country music is playing in the background. Well, that's Randy Travis, and that deals with our mnemonic of Randy Travis drinks cold beer to remember our roots, trunks, divisions, chords, and branches. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. It's a good song, I'm sorry. Alright, so it turns out that you can actually use your refrigerator as a whiteboard, all right? So I don't remember that being in my lease agreement, so it's all good. We can use it. So what I like to do is keep with this country theme, okay? And to do so, I start with my framework for my brachial plexus, and I draw a Y, all right? So I start with 3 Ys. Here's my first Y. And then the second Y is backwards and a little bit shorter. All right, and then here's my third Y. All right. All right, so the Y comes in because I draw 2 big E's. So I go about here. All right, there's 1 E. All right, and then I draw a second E. Okay, I'm going to extend this guy out just a little bit more. Just to where that tip's about in the middle of it. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Okay, so there's my E. I have my 3 Y's and my 2 E's. And then keeping with the country theme, and we might all know this song, you know, all my exes live in Texas. So I keep with that country theme, and I put a nice X here. Yee, right? All right, so ye, and then all your exes live in Texas, keep with the country theme, put an X there, all right? So that's the beginning of it. Then I like to go each section by each section. So I start with my roots, then I go to my trunks, then I go to my divisions, chords, and then branches. So start with the roots. You cut off your drawing right at the roots of your Y. Okay? All right, so these are my roots, or my Randy. So, all right, roots there. Okay, and then I guess we can go through and label these C1, C6, C7, C8, and T1. Okay, and looking at the word roots, that R-O, it just kind of reminds me, like roots kind of just, if I erase that and rewrite it, roots just reminds me to make that put like dorsal. It just kind of looks like dorsal. It's like D-O-R, then an S. So it almost looks like dorsal. So it works for me. And then I put like this S, I put scap, and then it goes, oh, it reminds me that right here, I have a branch, right by my word actually, of dorsal scapular nerve. So dorsal scapular nerve, and it just kind of looks like the whole dorsal root. You know, you can branch off of there. And it just reminds me of the right dorsal scapular nerve. Okay, and then I made a mnemonic of C5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7 is long thoracic heaven. So branching off of C5, getting a contribution from C6, and getting a contribution from C7 is long thoracic nerve. All right, 5, 6, 7, long thoracic heaven. Just kind of rhymes. So there we go. That's all we need to do for the roots. We're done with the roots. Okay, now we come over here to the trunk. And our division of the trunk is just on the back side of our E and our X. So we just kind of draw our division down there. Okay. Leave some spaces so we know we aren't drawing any branches of anything. Just kind of organize it in your mind. And so with the trunks, okay, I know that I have a superior, I have a middle, and I have an inferior. Okay? In the superior, this is where we need to focus. I know I have one branch coming off here and one branch coming off of here. And I know because this is superior, S-U-P, that I need to put my supra, which is another way of saying superior, scapular nerve. So these are both scapular. But the superior here in trunks, the SUP, reminds me to put in my suprascapular nerve, because SUP, SUP. And then below superior is sub. Sub means below. So I know this means subclavian. Subclavian nerve. There you go. So the superior reminds me to put my suprascapular nerve, and I know just below superior would be a sub, so that's my subclavian nerve. Okay? Cool. So now I move over to my divisions. And I love the divisions, okay? So you just kind of put it on the border of your E again. And I call it my divisions, my D, E, because I know it's like bordering my E is my divisions. It helps me organize it in my head, if that helps you at all. But anyway, with the divisions, I really like it because all I have to remember, and I think D kind of looks like a P, and I just know that there's 3 P's that meet all at one point, okay? And so that all at one point is just right here. Here's one P, here's another P, here's another P. See how they all meet at one point? And that works for me in my head. And I go, okay, well that just means everything else is an anterior. So that's an anterior, that's an anterior, and, excuse me, that's an anterior. Okay? Because the 3 P's all meet at one place, and the divisions kind of looks like a P, so I know they're all meeting at that one place. Everything else is an anterior division. Okay, then we go over to the chords, okay? And I like the chords too. So I'm just going to move B down here for a little bit because our chords, they go right here, kind of on the back side of that E. So I really use the E's to organize myself. Like D division is just one E, and then I know that the chords end right before my other E. It just really helps me organize it in my head. And with the chords, I use this mnemonic that lonely people meditate. Because, you know, people like to meditate alone maybe. They like to think in their own space. I don't know. I don't meditate. I probably should, but this kind of works for me. And I always say that chords, because this is chords, so chords call 1, 3, 3. It's like one of those infomercials like, lonely people meditate. Please call 133. I don't know. It works in my mind. So lonely, starting with the L, that means lateral, to explain this mnemonic. The P in people reminds me that the next one down is my posterior. And then the M is my medial. So, lonely people meditate. All right, in the please call 133, that just reminds me of the branches. So I know there's one branch coming off here, and I know there's 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3 there. Okay, so what are these 3 branches? This is one part that I really like. Let me go ahead and just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so what you do is you put an M on each of these. Okay, and then you count 1, 2, 3. So this is 1 extra letter, this is 2 extra letters, and this is 3 extra letters, okay? So I added MP, MBC, and then MABC. Okay, get it? I added 1 more letter here to that M, I added 2 here, and I added 3 here, okay? And then I know that this is my medial pectoral, this is my medial brachial cutaneous. Then I know this is my medial anti-brachial cutaneous, or ANTE brachial cutaneous. And there's just 1 letter added, 2 letter added, 3 letter added. It just works in my mind. Okay? Then I pop up here to this posterior section. And these are all subscapular nerves. Okay, these are just all subscapular nerves. Okay, and first we have the upper. So they're like in descending order. This is middle, and this is lower. Okay, and some of you out there might be like, there's no such thing as a middle subscapular nerve. We didn't learn any middle subscapular nerves. I know, but the middle subscapular nerve is also known as the thoracodorsal, I think. Yeah, thoracodorsal. Dorsal. Thoracodorsal. I butchered that name. Thoracodorsal. I'm butchering the name, but you know that the middle actually means the you know what? I'll just let you look at it. The thoracodorsal. All right? And I'm just butchering the name. I'm giving up. But that's what the middle. But it works. Upper, middle, and lower. Thoracodorsal. I'm giving up. Subscapular nerves, though. Posterior section. It's all there. All right? Multiple choice exams. We'll make it through, except for the practical. All right. So LP, or everybody's favorite, right? LP. That just means lateral pectoral. So LP, that one really hits home, right? Okay, so also, now that we're done with the chords, now we have the beer. Randy Travis drinks cold beer, and these are our branches. Okay, and I wanted to keep with like an alcohol theme, and basically I found this mnemonic of most alcoholics, so most alcoholics must really urinate. Most alcoholics must really urinate. It works, all right? So, and it's really important that you keep this in order and that you go in order of how I have it drawn, okay? And this is how we have it drawn in our PowerPoint too. Okay, so basically, the first one, most, is musculocutaneous. All right, musculocutaneous. So most alcoholics, see, the next branch that comes off in this like order of going downwards is actually right here. This is our axillary. So most alcoholics must, this is where I mean keep it in order. See how like this is right in the middle of this branch, if this little E, in the middle of this Y, how there's an E. This is the median nerve right here. All right, and it's kind of in the middle of the E, so I can't keep it in my mind like, median, yeah, it's right in the middle of that E, median nerve. Works for me. So musculocutaneous, axillary, and median nerve. Okay, most alcoholics must, and now really, then we go radial, right here, because that's the next one in order, so that's the radial nerve, so most alcoholics must really urinate, and here's the ulnar, down there on the bottom. And there you go. There's the brachial plexus. Have fun and hope that helped.